All right, so I'm gonna go over my strategy training. I trade with no indicators. I look at indicators from time to time for extra confirmation, but I don't use any indicators when I trade. I use price action with the market using support and resistance. So I'm gonna remove all drawing tools and just have a blank chart with the candles. And my first order of business is I changing my time frame from the 4 hour. I trade strictly on the 4 hour. So I'm gonna change over to the day. Change into the day so I can get a good idea of the zones where price reverse, where price turn around, whatever you want to call it, reverse turn around, and I can change from the candles and go over to the line. The line chart so I could just remove all the noise. I don't know if you noticed, but when I change from the candles, I don't have to worry about the wicks on the candle. Like it just tell me where price close, open, close, where it moved to, and it kind of make it easier for me to see the charts. All right, so anywhere where I see price make a move, a big move, like how price moved from here to here, I look into put a horizontal line. I looking to put a horizontal line at the start of the trend. And I'm gonna put it at the end of the trend. This move here was about 1,000 pips, a little bit over 1,000 pips. And anywhere where I see price turn around from it going up and it stop and turn around, that's why I'm looking to put a line. The horizontal line that would define where my zone would be. So automatically from I see this here come all the way down here, I'm automatically gonna put one here. What I'm really looking for is areas where price finds support and resistance. This here would be considered support. This here would be considered resistance. So support would be, it's considered the floor. So price moved down and hit the floor, which is support, and moved away from it. And the resistance, we call the resistance the ceiling, the roof. So price broke the zone, went up, and it tested the roof. The roof held it. So price found resistance here, and it made a move down to find support again down here. So the floor can become the ceiling. This is the floor. It became the ceiling over here. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking for areas where I find support and resistance on the same line. So this one here, I automatically place the line here as the ceiling, as resistance. And I'm sure if I go back in time, I'm gonna find where price finds support on this line as well. So we see a lot of resistance here, resistance here, resistance, 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 resistance. A lot of resistance on this line, that's why I like it as a zone. Price ain't been in this area in a while. So I like this area here. So what I want to do is, because I don't want to get burned, and I wanna take profit, I don't want to hold the trade too long. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut down in between here and here. In between these two lines, I want to cut it down so that I don't get burned. I say burn meaning being a trade for too long when I should have closed out earlier. So because I see a lot of support here, I'm gonna put a line here. So price moved from this zone to this zone here, and we close out our trade. And this would be us getting burned if I were to enter here and expecting the TP here, take profit here. And when price did that over here, we would have gotten burned because price basically turned around. If we didn't take profit here, price turned around, went up, came back down here to entry again, moved up, and then moved down. That would be too long to hold the position for me. So just want to cut down the zones to wherever I see price turn around, find support or resistance. So now that we cut that down, that's still about 260 pips apart, which is decent. That's decent. If I wanted to, I probably could have put another one here in between to cut it down some more. And I put it here because I see resistance here, and I see support here, and support here, and support here. And that's still 130 pips apart. So I like this. I like this zone in the middle. And still 130 pips in between these two zones here as well. So what I'm looking for now is to cut this area down again. To cut this area down again, I'm going to look for a zone in between where I can put a line, and I see support here. This blue line here is where price is, where price currently is right now that the market is closed. And if we follow the blue line, I see that I have support here, I have resistance here. I also see resistance here, here, and here. And I'm not concerned that price moved above it a little bit. I'm just looking for more, I guess, common or frequent, where price turn around frequently in this area. Even though it passed it here, that's fine. That's fine. So I'm gonna put another line here. Because I have the support here, I have the resistance here, I like it. When you calculate the pips, I automatically ignoring the last number. I doing the maths, I subtracting this number from this number so I can calculate the pips without hesitation, because I know I automatically ignoring the last number. So I see that that is about 200 pips apart, and I can live with that. So for another area, to look for another area in this region, I probably put it here because I seen a lot of support. That's about 200 pips, so I could live with that. I could live with that. So I don't want to drop all, because that's going to take up a lot of time. It's going to take up a lot of time, but I guess you kind of get a good idea of what I'm looking at. I see price turning around. So I'm satisfied with the areas that I have so far. If you want to add, there's no right or wrong way to do it. There's no right or wrong way to do it. If you want to add another line in between, that's fine. You can go ahead and do that. I love this area here because I see the resistance and the support. So I love it. I love it for this line here. You can see where the line went above my zone and came back down to retest it for it to move up. I like that. All right, so my next step, anybody have any questions so far? No questions. Okay, good. I guess that was very clear. All right, so my next step from here would be to move back over to the candles so that I can actually draw my zone. Because price isn't always going to turn around on this line that I put here based on the line chart. Price isn't going to turn around this one spot at this one particular price of 0.97603. It's not going to turn around that exact point every single time. Likewise, it's not going to do it on either other lines. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw a zone that basically wherever I see price turning around above and where price turn around below, and so we could capitalize on a better entry. So I'm going to go back to the candles, and I look for areas where I see a lot more candles than, because I don't want to be biased and say, okay, because I see price turn around here, I'm going to put my zone here. I don't want to do that because I feel like I'll be being, I looking at the market to see what I want to see. So if I go to an area where it has a lot more candles, I can judge it a lot better. I'm going to go back down to the 4-hour time frame so that I can draw my zones since I trading on the 4-hour. I like to keep my pip count 50 pips apart. Okay, again, I disregard the last number and I see this 92.000. I automatically know it's 50 pips because it's at 9.91500. So I know that's 50 pips apart. So to draw my zone, I basically come to the left side and I try to get the rectangle. From the top, I see the price turn around twice. I can try to catch as much wicks as possible. So I'm catching all these wicks over here. And I get price turn around here and here. So I'm going to start my zone there and work my way down. Because I see these candles close here, let me zoom in a little bit more. Because I see these two candles here turn around, came out of the zone, went back up. That's why I have my zone here. And you can see that's the same thing it did here. Came out of the zone, went back up there. So I love this. I love this zone now. And for me to extend it all the way in the past and all the way in the future, I'm going to go to the circle, right click, go to settings, go to coordinates. I'm going to do one number as a negative. I just hit 9999. Go to the bottom number and just hit 999. One positive, one negative. And I spread it out. I'm going to go back in the past to see how price respects my zone. You see we have a turnaround here to the top of the zone. Turn around here with these two candles where price respected. Price respect the zone, price respect the zone, price respect the zone. Price came in the zone, found resistance to the top at the ceiling. I like it. I love the zone. I love the zone. Price came up, respects it. Price respects the zone. Price respect the zone is where I actually drew it. All right, so I satisfied with that zone. So we can move on to the lower zone. And we can put the actual zone in place. And we're looking for areas where price turn around and catch as many wicks as possible. So I'm looking at these two candles here, where they close and open above the line. Probably go a little bit higher to catch these two here. Okay, I rested there because I saw where price came in the zone and it closed and opened right here, as well as over here. And so I'm going to extend it now. Again, go into the circle, right clicking, settings, coordinates, one negative number, one positive number. Just hitting 999 to extend it. Hit OK. We can go back in the past now and see how price respects this zone. I love it. See how price just stop and turn around here. I love it. Same thing here on these two candles. Price came out of the zone, went back up, retested. I love it. The price struggle here. So I love the zone again here. And no matter how far back in the past I go, you see the price still respecting the zone. Price still respecting the zone. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. Price respecting the zone to the top as well. Price respecting the zone. So I love the zone. I love the zone. You run back to the front. Where price is now, we can look for our next line. Look for as many candles as possible. Okay. So I see this area here, and automatically I'm looking at, from my reach here, I looking at this candle here where the price turned around a lot here, at least where price turned around here after it came out of the zone. I'm looking at here, here. I'm just gonna go and draw my zone for the top. I like it. We use these two candles right here as the bottom of the zone. Let's extend it. Settings, coordinates, one negative number, one positive. Big price played around in the zone here. It came out, it respected the zone, it moved up. I like it so far. Let's go back in the past to see. Price respecting the zone here, 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 here. Respecting the zone here. I like it. I like it. Any questions so far? No question. I mean, it's clear as day if we don't have no questions. Okay, so I can do something a little different with this one here. I see where price turn around here, and I see where price turn around here. So that's where I can put my zone automatically. This is probably the easiest way to identify the zone where you see where price turn around. And I'm just gonna extend it. I can change the color on this one because I did something different. But because I use this here, I can see the price respected here. And like I said, there's no wrong way to do it. Price respect it, price respect it, price respect it, price respect it. Price respects it. So ultimately, that's what I kind of look for when I draw in my zones. I'm looking for where I could get price turnaround on it, on the zones, where I get price moved down, went up, and it turned around here and moved to the next zone. Let me just edit this. Because I like it, we can just leave it at blue. Boom. Okay. Price respect in the zone. Okay, so we move on to the next zone. And we basically just do the same exact thing for for as many pairs as possible based on what I look for in the market. I have about 24 to 30 pairs charted. 24 to 30 pairs charted, and I only trade from my zone. I'm going to tell you guys what I look for in a minute. Let me just draw this last one. Anyone feels like they cannot go on tradingview.com and draw up a chart? From a computer? Okay, so this one here, a little tricky because I don't have where price turn around to the bottom. I kind of do. I have where price coming from the top, but I don't have any where price actually finds resistance on the zone. So I'm going to use the bottom of this wick, which is also the open and close of these two candles here. You can see where price respecting the zone, find support here, support here, support here, support here, support here. And we have some resistance down here, resistance. So over time, the more charts you draw up, the easier it's gonna come to you. You just gotta navigate through TradingView to find your horizontal line and the rectangle, knowing the time frames, where to find the time frames, as well as how to change from candles to line. That's probably the biggest part to it, understanding that. And so that's all the zones I'm going to draw up. Any questions on the zones before I move on to actually what I look for setups in the market? Any questions? Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back if you don't have any questions. If you don't want to unmute, you can send a message in the chat and ask the question, and I'll answer it when I get back. Okay, so with the zones, because I went to the day chart and I found where price turns around a lot, or where I actually see price turn around. Let's go to a zone. I see a lot of resistance here. Let's move this one up a bit. I see support here, resistance here, resistance here. So when I go back down and change it over to candles on the 4-hour time frame, pips apart. I'm looking for where I see price turn around a lot. So I'm gonna go to an area, because we only have this one set of candles here, I'm gonna try to go back to where I see more candles. Okay, so let's use this line of here since pricing won't work with us. Okay, so we have a lot of candles here, right? So the question was, how do I know where to put my zones? This line here is because I saw it on the day chart, on the line chart, the price turns around a lot in this area here, right? So I'm looking for where price approaches my line and actually stops and does a turnaround, which it did here. You all agree that that's what price did. It came up close to the line and it moved away. Same thing here. It came close to the line and it turned around. So I'm looking at this area here to be the bottom of my zone. And you can see that if you follow the crosshair, you will see that if you follow the crosshair to the left and to the right, you would see that we have a lot of wicks on the same crosshair. A lot of wicks. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place a line there. I can change the color. So you see over here, you see where price finds support here on the same line, because I saw where price turned around here. See the wicks, wick, 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 wick. Price turn around here, price turn around here. And then I can do the same thing for the top side. I see price completely turns around here. Completely turns around here. And I have wicks here, wicks here, wicks here, wicks here. Go down some more. We got wicks over here. The price came down. We got wicks, we got wicks, we got wicks. We got wicks, we got wicks. All right, so what I basically do is in between these two lines is where I'm gonna put my actual zone. Just remove these so I can expand it. And that's how I find my zone. Price respecting it, price respecting it, price respecting it. Okay, that's how I find my zones. Price respects the zone. I'm good to go. All right. Was that able to answer your question, sirs?
Yes, thank you so much.
All right. All right. So I look for certain stuff in the market. I let the market talk to me. So when I say I let the market talk to me, I wait for the candles to actually print. And when they print, they tell me what they tell me what to do, whether to buy or to sell or don't take the trade. So I look for double top, double bottom. I look for engulfing candles. And I look for the last kiss. The double top and the double bottom, you will see more frequent. And the engulfing candles, you will see them more frequent than the last kiss. The last kiss, I can touch on the last kiss right quick. But this is ultimately the four stuff that I look for in the market. The last kiss is basically when price is consolidating. When price is consolidating and in a range, in an area where it finds support and resistance. It's finding support and resistance. I wait for price to actually break out of the zone or out of the consolidation box, come back down, find support here, and then it's going to take off and go to the next zone. So it could break out either way. Either way, it could break out, retest, and then we can ride it all the way down to the next zone. I'm going to find some candles that actually show you all the last kiss, but that is the last kiss. Price breaks out of the consolidation box, retests, price will go up to the next zone, up or down. That's what I call the last kiss, where the floor became the ceiling. Floor became the ceiling after consolidation. That's what I call the last kiss. The double top and double bottom, I'm going to show you our lines again. Price moves from one zone, or it actually just approaches the zone. It finds resistance, it moves away, it comes up again, but it doesn't close as high as the first touch. And we could expect price to go all the way down to the next zone. That's a high probability trade. Again, I will show you all this with candles. This is the double top. With the double top, once we get, well, I'll talk about entering the trade later, how to actually enter the trade, but just being able to identify that double top or double bottom or engulfing candle or the last kiss will change the way you look at the market. It's easy money. So with the double bottom, price moves from up, comes down, finds support on the zone, moves away, comes back down, doesn't close as low as the first touch, and you could expect the market to go all the way up to the next zone. That is the double bottom. The double bottom. A traditional double bottom or a double top. A traditional one would be where price approaches a zone, finds resistance, moves away, goes right back, and closes at the same spot, and you could get some pips out of it. I like this one better because it actually starts the trend on the downward move. And same thing here with the double bottom. It starts the trend to the upside. This one here, price really could consolidate. Price can just continue to consolidate, and that's why I don't like that setup. No trend is formed. So price can very well continue to consolidate on the same, keep on finding resistance here. Like in the last kiss example. Price just keep on consolidating. But I like the double top. How I call it, it's a high probability because it starts the trend. You can actually see the price is moving to the downside or moving to the upside on the double bottom. The engulfing candle, I can't show you this with lines, but this here is an engulfing candle off of the zone. It's not inside the zone, it's off the zone. When I say engulfing, that means if you pick this candle up, and you place it on top of the previous candle, which is the opposite color, like my candles are green and red. If I pick up this red candle and place it on top of the previous green candle, that's an engulfing candle. And the only difference with my engulfing candles are I like for it to be bigger than the last 6 candles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this candle is bigger than each one of them individually. So I like that as a high probability trade. Any questions on the engulfing candle? Or the double top, double bottom, or the last kiss, before I actually find examples for you guys in the market?
So the engulfing candle would indicate a difference in the trend, or
Say that again. Sorry.
the engulfing candle would indicate a difference in trend, or
When the engulfing candle is on off the zone, and it's when you find it off the zone, like you can find engulfing candles in the zone. But I don't take them setups because I know how I drew my support my zone. I drew my zone based off support and resistance. So price really could do this inside the zone all day. So with the engulfing candles, I like for them to be outside the zone. And yes, that is a high probability that it will continue to the downside or the upside. Either way, I like them off the zone. Like this one here, I would have missed this opportunity because it started inside my zone. This here is an engulfing candle. It's bigger than the last 6 candles. But me personally, I wasn't going to take the trade because it started inside my zone. But I did get a retest here. So I could expect this to go up to the upside to the next zone.
all right.
This would have been a confirmation for me in a sense, but this is also a double bottom for me. The start of a trend. First touch. First touch. Second touch. And we ride it all the way up to the next zone. That right there, had we entered, we would have gotten in here, ride it up to the next zone for 123 pips. And that trade would have taken 2 days, 12 hours. But that's easy money because you see the setup here with the double bottom. Clear as day, double bottom, outside the zone, find support outside the zone, ride it up to the top. Someone had a question? Someone had a question just now? No? Okay.
Hi, this an hourly chart?
I trade strictly on the 4 hour.
Okay.
I draw up on the day and I trade on the 4 hour.
Okay.
Yeah. So this here is a clear cut double bottom. The price was inside the zone, it moved away. Because I saw this engulfing candle here, I was gonna miss this trade opportunity. But when I see price came back down, it touched the zone and found support here. I know that I could have ride this up to the top because I have the double bottom here. And that's why I like the high probability double bottoms. I wouldn't have taken this as a double bottom because both of them are in my zone. This first one could be in the zone, that's fine, but when the second one comes, the second one need to close outside the zone. But this is a trade where you don't have to worry. You didn't have to worry about this. You didn't have to worry about this trade at all. Could have put a buy stop. And I only do pending orders as my entries. Because I saw this wick here, I was going to go above it. I probably would have put a buy stop here. Would have done the buy stop. And I would have take my TP3 would have been on the zone. Or right off of the zone. Probably close it out at 120 pips. 115 pips. I like even numbers, but if we were to go all the way to the zone, it would have been 122 pips. You didn't have to worry about this trade because you have the confirmation. This is a high probability setup. Clear as day, double bottom, hardly any drawdown. It activated, went straight into profit. Good 120 pips in 2 days. I don't know who can complain about that. I don't know. But that's one setup of the double bottom. Let me look for a double top for you guys. double top. We have the first touch here. Oh, I love this one. First touch, second touch. If we had used this one here, this would have been the second touch. We could have entered down here below the wicks. A sell stop here. We would watch this. We wouldn't have seen this as yet. This is all we would have seen. That's all we would have seen right there. I personally don't like it because I see where to start off in the zone. I see where these candles start off in the zone. First touch, second touch. So I probably wouldn't have taken the setup. And I would have just waited. I would have just waited. And then right here, this would have been a difference maker for me right here. So first touch, and I count these two candles here as a second touch along with an engulfing candle. I would have entered, after I saw the engulfing candle, I would have entered a sell stop probably at 86700. Activated, played around for a while. TP1, TP2 would have hit me. See price turn around here. What I do with the minor zones is, that's where I put my TP1 and TP2. And I would have written it down to the next zone. I probably would have been out of the trade from here. I probably would have been out already, but you could see the price still came down to the zone. Entered here. Waited for the zone. I probably wasn't gonna wait this long, 18 days. I wasn't waiting. I probably would have been out this trade from here. A week. I wouldn't have minded that because I know I have a high probability trade. Double bottom there. If you've gotten in from the first one, you definitely would have got more pips from the first double top. Could have get 100 pips before the market turned around. Let me just put this here to see where I would have put my minor zones for TP1 and TP2. Had we entered from up here, this would have been my TP1. Where price turned around here on the minor zone, and my TP2 would have been here. My TP3 would have been here. And this to the zone would have been TP4. So TP1 would have hit, TP2 would have hit. Stop loss would have been in profit. Stop loss hitting profit, we came out. You saw this one here later on. You saw this engulfing candle off the zone. Could have gotten back in down here. Again, catch them same pips again. With a sell stop here. And ridden it down. In 4 days, get 124 pips. No worries because you have a high probability trade with this engulfing candle bigger than the last 6 right off the zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This candle is bigger than the last 6. Sell stop right here. Write it down. If you don't see what I'm talking about, let me know so I could clarify it for you.
Good day, Mal. Could you go over that for me again, please?
Which part? The engulfing candle or the double top?
The double top.
Okay, the double top. I like my double tops to be clear as day. So in essence, what we're looking for with the double top is for price to approach a zone, find resistance, move away from the zone, close not as high as the first touch, and we can look for it to go down to the next zone. Right? That's what I look for. First touch could be in the zone, that's fine. But the second touch cannot be in the zone. I can live with that. I can live with that there. So this here to me is a double top. First touch in the zone, price moved away, went back up to the zone. Price moved to the zone. Price moved to the zone. It moved away from the zone and it closed up top. We can look to ride this down to the next zone. So let me move my take profit spots. You can look to ride it down to the next zone. That's where price will go. Stop loss on this would have been above the first touch. Stop loss on this trade would have been above the first touch. I probably use this line as my stop loss. So even if we just set this, forget this, and check back in a month, a week, price probably would have still hit TP. But that goes back to not being greedy and not trying to catch. You don't have to try to catch every pip. If I call a trade and you just want to take it to TP1, that's fine. Take it to TP1, you almost guaranteed 40 pips. Take it to TP2, that's 100 pips. You don't have to wait on 145 pips. Because I would have been out this trade from here. My stop loss would have been in profit, and I probably would have gotten out at TP2, which would have been 90 pips. And then when I saw this one here with the engulfing candle, I would have gotten back in from here and ride this down again, catch some of them same pips again later on down, or maybe the next week, and catch 122 pips. Are you good with the engulfing candle? You're good with the double top? Sorry. You're good with the double top? I can talk about my entries on how I enter each setup, because each setup has a different entry. But that's the double top, double bottom, last kiss. That's basically all of them. If y'all want me to find some more setups, we can do that. I have no problem. And I probably will, because I have to show you guys how to back test.
Molly, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you said that all of the indicators you look for are outside of your zones, right? So what would happen in the event that you see like 2 or more of those inside of your zone? Would you still take the trade or no?
Two touches inside my zone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can take the trade, because like right here, you can see this first touch here, it higher than the zone, and then the second one inside the zone. Remember now, I saying that remember how I find my zones, right? I look for where price turn around from the top and from the bottom, right? So that means if I look for where price turn around to the top, I know that price could find support here. I know price could find resistance here. So I know that if price could find support here, I know price could find resistance here as well, like it did here. So if it inside my zone, ain't nothing I could do with it, because I already know that price could just dilly-dally all day in here and just keep on bouncing from support to resistance to support to resistance. Now, once I see price breaks outside and closes outside, I'm looking for it to come back down to retest either side. So it has to be outside my zone for me to even consider taking that trade. Because price, it don't make sense me taking a trade from here to down here, because that's too high risk. Because it could break out at any time and go above, or break below and go down. I ain't gonna take that chance. I'd rather play it safe. So everything with me is outside my zone. Nothing inside my zone. I don't trade inside my zone. My zone could be 100 pips and it don't matter. I ain't taking that trade. It's too risky. Too much risk involved. too much risk involved. So I won't do it. Okay, so I can show you all UJ right quick, because UJ, maybe about a month ago or 3 weeks ago, I called a trade on UJ, and UJ basically had almost all my confirmations in one, almost all. I had the double top here. Let's open this up some more, if it can work with me. Okay, it don't want to work with me. Let's go back to UJ. Okay, so I put this box here because I saw the price was consolidating, finding resistance to the top and finding support to the bottom. This price consolidating. To me, this is the first touch. This is the first touch. Price came outside. Second touch. It gave me an engulfing candle. It gave me the engulfing candle. First touch, second touch, engulfing candle bigger than the last 6 outside the zone. And it moved down. We entered about here. Because by the time I saw this candle had already formed and wicked it. I put a sell stop here. Be able to ride it down, hit TP1. Again, my TPs are where price turned around in the past. So TP1 had hit because of this resistance here. TP1 had hit and price moved up. Stop loss went into profit. And I'm hitting our stop loss in profit. When I saw this here, which is the last kiss, I saw this here, price consolidating. This was the floor. It became the ceiling here. We entered the trade again, wrote it down all the way here. TP2 was here. I saw where price broke this, retested here, gave me this engulfing candle on the minor zone. I didn't enter the trade again because I was already in from up here. And my TP3 was actually all the way to the zone. This is where my TP3 was. But at this point here, after this engulfing candle, stop loss went into profit, 10 pips above TP2. This was our stop loss in profit. And then I'm coming back here, taking us out the trade in profit. Good bit of pips. But you could close your trade at any time. Anytime you're in profit, you want to close your trade out. I actually, when I saw all this here, I had no doubt that the market was going down. I actually had a limit on this one. Sell limit, price moved away. Put the sell limit here, and I wrote it down. And I'm getting 75 pips out of it. I took a partial profit down here when it's up over 100 pips. And the remainder of the trade closed out at 75 pips for me. It depends how patient you are, because with all these confirmations, I was expecting the zone to hit one shot. It didn't. It went back up to the zone again. Gave me another double top. This is the first touch. This is the second touch. Or if you want to call this the second touch. And price still went and hit the zone later on. I ain't gonna hold the trade too long. I say as a swing trader, but I ain't gonna hold the trade too long. From here, from where trade activated here to over here, I'm personally not prepared to hold a trade for a month. I'm not prepared to do that for 160 pips. If it was 1,000 pips, maybe, but not for 155 pips, because that same 30 days, I didn't get that same amount of pips from here. I got 100 pips out of it. Got back in again here when I saw the double top. Say I got in down here under the wick, and I wrote it down, my CMTPs again. CMTP, all I say was UJ again, CMTPs from last week. You know, I don't know if any of y'all in here was in my group when this happened. And y'all could attest to this. That's done 200 pips right there. And we ain't waiting this long time for this confirmation. Don't have to wait on it. Don't have to wait on it. So you caught 200 pips on the same move. Easy money. Easy money. That's all it is. So how I actually enter these trades, I can use this one here. With the last kiss, I really don't like the sell limits. If I call the trade as a sell limit or buy limit or sell limit basically means that prices here, it moves up, it moves away. And let's say I want to put a sell limit on the trade. I would put a sell limit here, expecting the double top. Put a sell limit here. Wait for price to come back up, activate the trade, and then I expect the price to turn around from there. That's the limit. The limit means you expecting price to go up or down before it actually makes its move. I like the stops because if this line here was the stop, a buy stop or a sell stop, whenever price comes down, it continues going. With the limit, price could go up, come down, activate your limit, and keep on going. That's why I personally don't like the limits. If I call a limit, like I said, I can put a tight stop loss on it, and minimize the loss. I take my loss and I take them quick. I ain't trying to be in the negative, no 100 pips no more. I finish with that. 25 pips, wherever my TP1 is where I put my stop loss. So I can talk to you all about entering the trades.
Jamal, I have a question.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So I was trying to enter in the trade and I was trying to put the stop loss. And for some reason, every time it's supposed to hit the stop loss and activate, instead of activate, it hit me out.
So say it again. Every time you put your stop loss.
Instead of, how we activate it, it didn't activate. So, it hit me out the trading.
So it tried to, hold on, you was in an active trade already.
No, it wasn't active yet.
Okay, and it kicked you out the trade when you try to put your stop loss in?
Yeah, I mean, it was in and it showed that it wasn't inactive. And when it hit the line, it hit me out instead of activate.
And your trade didn't when it moved over to your history, it didn't give you a reason why it kicked you out of the trade?
No, it doesn't give me a reason. It just said that I was out.
That's strange.
Can you just, maybe I was doing it wrong. Can you just go over it a little bit? How do we get in there for the stop loss?
All right. So the call with the money team doing next. I on my laptop. Let me do the next call. I'll make sure I go over that.
Okay.
We'll make sure cover putting your stop loss in place. And go from there. Maybe if we have time at the end of this, I might could turn over to my phone and actually show you the market just opened just now, so we might could do that. Okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. So aside from all of that, what I do is to enter these trades now. To enter these trades, if we enter in from the double top, I wait for the confirmation of the second, like this first one. For the double top, price actually has to come up to the zone. So that you have to get a green candle or a buy candle. Price moves away. You can get another buy candle here. So if the next candle after it reaches here is a red candle and it comes down, that's where I'm going to put my sell stop, and put my sell stop here and ride it down for whenever the market actually turns around and comes this way, and then we go into profit. So a sell stop for a double top. How I would enter it on this actual trade here, because I have an engulfing candle, and do a short position, couple pips below the wick. Because I have an engulfing candle here, my stop loss would have gone here to the top of the zone. My take profit would have been down here to the actual zone. So this would have been a sell stop for me to enter the trade. Sell stop 113.550. I like to try to keep it even. I know this say 575, but I don't really fool with the odd numbers like that, even though 55 is odd. I like to try to make it even for me to calculate my pips. So my TP1 would have gone on this minor zone here. Yeah, price found resistance over here. Seconds. TP1 at 113.250. And that would have given us 30 pips. 30 pips. TP2 would have gone here. At 112.700. That would have given us 85 pips. I probably would have put a TP3. I'm looking over here. TP3 probably would have gone here. TP3 would have gone here. At 112.350. What is 120? 5. And TP4 would have gone to the zone, which it clearly didn't hit. But that's easy money. No stressing. After TP1 hit, stop loss would have gone in profit. We would have got knocked out. If you wanted to re-enter again, put the sell stop again at TP1, ride it down to TP2 or TP3. Probably put a sell stop here, ride it down into the next TP, and go from there. Sometimes the simple mistakes is cost us. We see that we got our confirmations up here. We might have entered at about, I say TP1 hit, and you missed the trade. So you hear me say TP1 hit, so you jump in the trade, and price move up, take you in the negative 30 pips. You get scared, you close the trade out, you lose money, and you mad because you take my trade. And I already know that's how it go. Sometimes the simple mistakes, if you miss the entry, you don't have to chase the market. You do not have to chase the market. You wait. And because of how I set my TPs, price could turn around any one of my TPs, any one of them, because of how I set them. I set them on minor zones, and that's why after every TP hits, I move my stop loss in profit. So enter here, TP1 hit, stop loss go into profit, probably about half of it. So that's 30 pips, so my stop loss would have gone 15 pips in profit. If price had continued moving and hit TP2, probably would have gone in profit at TP1 to give the trade room. Or I would put it halfway in between TP1 and TP2. And as price moves down, I continually move my stop loss down. I have alert set on my TPs so I could know I need to move my stop loss into profit. It ain't all about every time. You don't have to always jump back in the trade. You don't hurt your head, don't force the market, don't chase it. Let the market come to you. Don't chase the market. So that's how I would enter the double top and the engulfing candle all in one. Both of them with a sell stop. The double bottom, same thing. Let's use this one here as the first touch, just the second touch along with the engulfing candle. After we saw the engulfing candle, if we didn't catch the engulfing candle here and put our sell stop on our buy stop up here, and we saw where price came back down and gave us this bullish candle here, we could have entered the trade here on the turnaround candle, get a red candle, get a green candle, buy stop above the wick, buy stop here, buy stop here, right it up to the zone, 40-something pips. I wasn't gonna take the trade. Got a little drawdown of 14 pips. Got a drawdown of 14 pips. Sometimes you can get a drawdown of 30 pips. Either you take it or you just leverage properly, so you don't have to worry too much about the drawdown. We'd love to get it as no drawdown, but that's just how the market moves. I see where price broke this zone here and retested and then gave me an engulfing candle. I would have gotten in here on a buy stop. I would have gotten in here above the wick of the engulfing candle. That there would have given us 140 pips. You would have gotten some drawdown, 22 pips. Buy stop here, ride it up. See what my TPs would have been for this. It's only 10. This would have been my TP1 for 15, about 15 pips. TP2 would have gone up here for 40 pips, about 40 pips. We have to look in the past for the TPs because we ain't gonna see this yet. TP3 probably would have gone up here for about 100 pips. TP4 up there. So it's easy money. You just gotta be patient. You just gotta be patient and wait for the market to get to your zones, and you react based on what price does. I don't tell these candles what to do. Anyone can tell the market what to do. You just have to wait, and that's why I have so many pairs charted. That's why I have so many charted. Wait for your confirmation. Let the market talk to you. You definitely need practice in the market. Here's what I recommend. I recommend you draw up as many charts as possible. For practice, draw as many charts as possible. Get familiar with drawing up charts. Get used to drawing charts. Be as comfortable as possible with drawing your charts so that you could trust your zones. Know your zones. Be comfortable with it, right? So when you draw up as many charts as possible, you can gain experience in the market, and then back test over 100 trades. When you finish back testing 100 trades, and I want you to demo, or you triple your demo account. Triple demo account. And I want you to build a small account. Build and triple a small account. Whether that small account is $25, triple that. By the time you finish doing all this, you would gain a lot of experience in the market. You will be comfortable. You know what you're looking for. When you backtest 100 trades, you triple your demo account, you build and triple your small account till it get to $75. You have no worries at all in the market because you know what you're looking for. You know what you're looking for because you're comfortable drawing your zones. You trust your zones. you backtest 100 trades, and I could almost guarantee you, if you follow this system, you would find that when you finish doing your 100 trades, you probably finish with 97% trades hit TP, regardless how long they take. Even if you use a stop loss, 97% of your trades hit TP, and the TP being in the next zone. I can almost guarantee that once you follow the rules that I set out as far as drawing up your zones. If you do 100 trades, I can almost guarantee you that you will finish with at least 97% of your trades hitting TP. When you don't take the engulfing candles from the zone, inside the zone, you wait for it to come outside the zone, you get an engulfing candle off the zone, enter the sell stop, you ride it down, you can hit TP almost every time. When you triple your demo account, that means you're trading live now as far as in the market and you're waiting on it. The back test for the 100 trades can take 25 to 30 minutes, maybe an hour. You triple in your demo account, that's going to take longer, of course, because you actually have to wait for the trades to hit. And then you build and triple a small account of $25, you will have no fear at all in the market because you know what the market can do because you don't have all this experience under your belt. So when I say back test, what do I mean? When I say back test, you go in one candle at a time. You go on one candle at a time. When I say go one candle at a time, you move in the chart one candle at a time. Let's start off right here, right? So let me just change this right quick. The arrow. All right. Move to right. Okay, one candle at a time. Price find resistance in the zone. It broke the zone, so we're looking for price to come back down to retest the zone, right? Price retest the zone and gave us an engulfing candle. One back test trade. Buy stop here. You know what? Let's do this one. Long position. Buy stop all the way up to the next zone. Let's see where the next zone is. Engulfing candle. Stop loss below the wicks right here. One candle at a time. We have an active trade. TP hit. You just completed one back test. One back test and you gain, that's a lot of pips. Entered here, wrote it up, and you got 140 pips. That's one back test complete. So you finish that now. You see this engulfing candle here off the zone. Let's remove this. One back test complete. See price find resistance. It moved away. You could kind of call it a double top, but it ain't clear as day. But you see this engulfing candle off the zone. So let's just say we put a sell stop here and we ride it down. Short position. Stop loss above the first touch. We're riding it down to the next zone. Stop loss hit. You finished. That's two back tests. Stop loss hit here. Finish with that. Double top here. You lose 50 pips on that on the engulfing candle off the zone. See the double top here. And the engulfing candle, you're riding it down. TP hit. That's 3 trades completed. One candle at a time. Break, retest, no confirmation. We got a break and a retest where price came out the zone and retested the zone, but we don't have any confirmation. No double top, no engulfing candles, nothing. We don't trade. No double bottom because this is lower than the first touch. No trade. Got We see price constantly finding support here, right? Still no confirmation. Price back in the zone. It's a minor zone here, so we ain't gonna call that a double top here because that's a minor zone. Ain't make no sense trading that price in the zone. We can't do nothing. Price breaks above. Still no confirmation here. This is an engulfing candle, yes, but it's inside the zone, so we ain't trading. Price move away. Remove. One candle at a time. Price inside the zone here, so no double top. Price inside the zone, no trade. We get this engulfing candle outside the zone, double top. Engulfing candle. Sell stop here, riding it down to the zone. Last kiss. You ride it down. Easy money. You in profit. It ain't come all the way down to the zone yet, but we know it did because we already been over this. But you in profit over 100 pips. Don't fight the market. Don't fight the market because you will lose. Don't fight the market, you will lose. So we did over 5-6 trades. We took a loss on one, but the rest of them, all them hit profit. All them hit TP, except one. So if we did 5 trades, one hit stop loss, rest of them in profit. 4 out of 5, awesome. We just continue to do that for over 100 trades. Ain't gonna take no time. Ain't take no time to back test. Everything I lost, I ain't trying to figure out what you were saying.
When you made the comment about losing to the market.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you will lose every time if you fight the market. Wait on the market, let the market talk to you. Let the market tell you what to do. No need to rush it. No need at all. The market open. I like UJ because UJ on my zone right now. So I can just mark that right quick for when I come do my weekly outlook later on tonight. Any questions? Because that's all I have. As far as entering the trade, I normally just do buy stop, sell stop, engulfing candle. At the end of the engulfing candle, that'll be my sell stop on this one here. Sell stop, write it down to the next zone. Double top. Again, wait on that confirmation, wait for that red candle to print. Sell stop below that one. Because realistically, you only get in the market every single time. When you get here, you only see this here. You only see this. This is what you can see here. So you have to wait for this to finish. When you catch that one, then you're good to go. If you miss that one, then that's fine. You know the market's still dropping. You still could get in. Still could get in. Probably still do the same sell stop. And just ride it out. No worries. No worries. This here is easy money. If you want to hurt your heart and try fight this market, you can lose money. Take your time. If you're trading live and you're losing money, stop trading, go back in the academy and learn. Go back in the academy, learn. Practice drawing up your chart. If you don't have to trade at all this week, don't trade. You should be studying more than you trading. This take time for me to put together, for me to really understand and grasp this. I lose money before I actually start being a profitable trader. Losing helps you learn. It drives me to learn. So I just encourage y'all, if y'all losing money by taking people trade, stop trading, go draw up some charts, understand how price reacting to these zones, because it's clear as day that price respects these zones. And even if you want to take this information and scalp, you learn this, you understand better how the market move, and then you can take that information and go scalp because you want to see your money now. If you want to see your money now and you don't want to you don't have patience in this market, you can forever lose money. Forever lose money. Forever lose money. So take your time. Take your time. The market ain't going nowhere. Ain't no rush on you. Ain't no rush on you to actually make money in this market. There's no rush. You put that rush on yourself. No one tell you that tomorrow you need to make $100. Nobody tell you. You tell that to yourself. So you put extra pressure on yourself. Don't put that pressure on yourself because you will lose. So take your time. Go through your notes that you take from going in the academy. Watch the academy. If you don't want to learn this strategy, go to IML TV and find an educator that you like or who fits your schedule and learn their strategy. But if you just in the market taking trades from people, you won't. The reason you join ain't the same no more. You change your mind. You join to learn this and to learn how to make money, not take trades from people all day. So I encourage y'all to take a break. If you're trading live and losing money, take a break. Hit the charts, draw up some charts, see how price reacting to your zones. Demo if you have to. The demo, the good thing with demo is when you lose that money, you could go right back to your broker and put more money on your demo account. Don't be doing this with your live money. Get comfortable in the market before you put your real money in. And that is all I have. If you all have any more questions, feel free. But if I don't hear nobody, then I know that